you've got knee pain, knee swelling, or anything going on related to the knee, this video is for you. So many of you have asked, what can I do to help drain my knee? Well, that's exactly what we're going to go through today, is step by step what to do to help support your knee's lymphatic drainage. Now you might be like, why pain? Well, a lot of times pain is there because of inflammation, and inflammation is there because of improper circulation and drainage. Remember, blood and lymph go hand in hand. Blood brings nutrients, oxygen to the cells so that it can make energy and function and do it all it's supposed to. And the lymph moves all the waste products from that cellular metabolism away, cleans it out, and returns it to the circulatory system. It's this beautiful thing. So when we have pain, it means there's something going on that's missing. So if you're new here, I'm Dr. Czezowski. I'm a certified functional medicine practitioner, and I've been doing this for over a decade. Well over a decade, closer to 15 years now. And lymphatic drainage is really one of those things when we do it properly, we do it long enough, it really does make a huge difference. All right, so stick with me. This is going to be roughly 5 minutes because we're going to go through it slowly, and I'm going to explain what we got to do. So first and foremost, this is not a full body drainage. We're going to be site specific. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to make sure to go watch these other videos where I break down each of the points to make it super simple for you to learn and implement. Secondly, just because we're doing site specific doesn't mean the rest of the body can be totally forgotten. I highly recommend you do at least the specific 7 every day. We're not going to go through that in this video. You can see that in this video over here where I literally do it super slow and you can do it along with me. All right, so let's dive in. We're going to start by clearing our termini. Now, if you don't know how to clear your termini, make sure you go and watch the video on how to clear your termini. But this is really important because this is where all of the lymphatic fluid drains. All of it. Everything from your toe to your brain to your breast. Everything drains at your termini. And if this is congested, it means nothing is going to drain. Nothing. All right, so from here, because we're doing site specific, we are then going to move to the cisterna chyli because we're going down. So what we're going to do is we are going to clear our cisterna chyli. This one can be tender. This can be uncomfortable. And that's usually uncomfortable, especially with people who have bloating and who have discomfort with digestion, maybe not having regular bowel movements. And then from here, we're going to do our groin. All of these points, you're going to do anywhere between 10 to 50 based on the amount of congestion, fluid retention, stagnation that you have going on. Okay, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on my left knee, okay? What we're going to do is after we do my groin, we now need to clear the fluid from our thigh before we can get to our knee. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the fluid from my thigh, starting closest to my groin, and I'm doing little pulls. You can see that I'm stretching the skin. I'm not digging in deep, and I'm bringing it up to my groin, all the way up to my pubic bone, essentially. And I'm just bringing it up. From here, we're then gonna do our hamstring. So the hamstring, we have our hands wrapped around and we bring it up and over, up and over. So we're coming from our hamstring and bringing it up to our quad. Now, when we bring it up to the front of our quad, then we're going to bring it up and clear it. Now, we may need to do this a few times. Why? Because guess what? Just because we have pain and swelling in our knee doesn't mean the problem is the knee. There could very well be congestion anywhere that we had started clearing. Kind of crazy, right? So make sure you bring it all the way up, and then we're going to do our knee. So the knee is behind the knee, and it's really gentle. We are not digging in. Now, if you have a Baker's cyst, you do not want to be pushing hard on that Baker's cyst. We don't want to irritate it because that can cause further inflammation and further swelling and more discomfort. And then when you have a lot of swelling, what I'm going to highly recommend that you do is that you then go through and do the exact same thing in reverse. So bring the fluid up from the hamstrings. Clear the fluid from the quad. Do the groin again. Do the sternochyli. And then follow it up with the termini. Now, one thing that I'm going to highly recommend that you add and incorporate is diaphragmatic breathing. Why? Because all of the fluid from our belly button down to our toes drains into our groin. But once it hits our groin, it goes into the thoracic duct, dives deep along our spine, and then comes up and drains on the left clavicle, the left termini. The only way, guys, the only way that this fluid is going to go from our groin lymph nodes up is by properly breathing and using that diaphragm to pump that fluid up. That is the only way that that is going to drain properly. So one thing that I find with people that have chronic fluid retention in their lower body is they are not breathing properly. That means they're not belly breathing. They're not diaphragmatic breathing, which means their body just doesn't have the ability to clear that fluid from their lower body appropriately at the left collarbone. Give this a try and let me know how this is going. Let me know if these videos are helpful. Let me know your progress. Let me know all of that, because I'm here doing this so that you guys have a better understanding of how your lymphatic system works and things that you can do at home to improve the overall function and well-being. Thank you so much for being here, and make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any of the other videos. I'll see you next time.